Jessica Oseguera Gonzalez knows her father's secrets, and her father is Chicago's most wanted drug lord.
In a world dominated by men through violence and power, these formidable women have carved their names into the annals of crime. Get ready as we delve into the lives of the deadliest female narcos in history and explore how they used ferocity, cunning, and determination to reach the top. Number 1. Thelma Wright. Thelma Wright's story is unique because she never became a narco out of necessity. She chose the dangerous path herself to rise above the humdrum of ordinary life. Thelma Wright grew up in a Catholic household in South Philadelphia and later pursued a career in real estate management. She was committed to achieving more and decided to test her entrepreneurship abilities with a clothing brand, Jackie M Clothing Enterprises. During the 1970s, Thelma met Jackie Wright, a leading drug trafficker in Philadelphia, and fell in love with him despite their differences. Thelma gave birth to their son in 1982, and the two couldn't be happier. However, their bliss was short-lived, as Jackie was killed in 1986 by a rival cartel. Thelma faced the difficult decision of either finishing off all ties with the criminal world that took her husband's life, or taking over a business she wasn't unprepared for. Which life do you think she chose for herself and her son? Thelma chose the latter and quickly proved her critics wrong with her brilliant strategies and bold, risk-laden moves. Thelma built a powerful empire with strong drug trafficking networks across the nation and managed to transport large quantities of cocaine and heroin between Los Angeles and Philadelphia. But as her empire grew, so did the risks that endangered her life. The constant stress of covering up her tracks, staying vigilant, and keeping her son safe started taking a toll on Thelma's mind. After tasting the sweet success she had never experienced, she decided to leave everything behind and quit after a few close encounters with death. The event that cemented her resolution was the famous late-night club shooting at Studio West, which she barely escaped. Later, Thelma turned her life around by joining a non-profit organization that helped women struggling with addiction and mental health issues. She also published a memoir titled, "With Eyes from Both Sides, Living My Life in and Out of the Game," where she confessed about her time in the terrifying drug world. The next female narcos changed the drug game for women forever. Number 2. LePeck. LePeck, also known as the Little One, committed the most heinous crimes no one could have ever suspected of her. LePeck was born in Hidalgo, near Mexico City, and she was only 15 when she got pregnant by a man more than twice her age. After her daughter was born, LePeck became a sex worker to support her family, but she quickly got tired of the laborious job and started wanting more from life. That's when she decided to venture into the dangerous world of cartels. She started working as a halconeo, whose job was to look out for police and army patrols. Her job required her to stand for a stretch of 8 hours on the lookout point, and she confessed that every time she failed, she was tied up and given a single taco a day to survive. However, this wasn't LePeck's only confession when the police captured her. She also confessed to viciously murdering at least 5 men. But can you guess what she did to her victims after they were dead? Here's the shocking truth. LePeck confessed that she enjoyed drinking the blood of the men she killed, but it didn't end there. She also revealed that she engaged in sexual acts with her victims' corpses. Her heinous crimes and unabashed declarations stunned the authorities, allowing them to glimpse the twisted mind of a powerful female narco who was unafraid of pushing the boundaries until they snapped. The next formidable player transcended all limits in the high-stakes game of crime and power, but the temptation of social media became too much for her to handle. Number 3. Jocelyn Nino. Meet Jocelyn Nino, a young but brutal woman who proved her mettle in organized crime, leaving her male counterparts behind. However, she had a weakness that cost her life. The girls involved in illegal activities, especially narcos, must keep a low profile for their work. This keeps the cartel's secrets hidden from the public eye and is crucial for the cartel members' security. Unfortunately, despite her prowess and intellect, Jocelyn found the temptation to post her picture on social media irresistible and ended up making herself the target of a tragic fate. Jocelyn was a notorious assassin for the Gulf Cartel, a fact that terrified rival cartels who saw her as a threat that must be eliminated. While she was always on the radar of police and rival cartels, Jocelyn established herself as one of the most dangerous women in Narcos' history. However, things took a nasty turn when she posted a picture of herself holding an advanced weapon on social media. The image quickly went viral, turning her into an overnight sensation. However, not all publicity is good publicity. Her picture caught the eye of LeGladys, another powerful narco from the Zetas who brutally murdered her in 2015. Can you imagine how and where her body was found? LeGladys butchered Jocelyn and stuffed her into an ice cooler that was discovered on the US-Mexico border. A picture was also shared on Twitter showing Nino's dismembered body and a tattoo on Jocelyn's right forearm that read Nino. The shocking photo was shared with a message that read, "It will happen to all the filthy who support cyclones." Los Cyclones was a faction of the Gulf Cartel and Nino's employer. Coming up next is a wife who took over her late husband's drug empire only to outsmart everyone else in the business. Number 4, Veronica Mireya Moreno. Veronica. Mireya Moreno's name echoes through the criminal underworld of Mexico, striking fear into the hearts of the most dangerous criminals. Her unparalleled cruelty, loyalty, and determination made her a force to reckon with and an ideal candidate for a leading drug cartel. Interestingly, Veronica was initially on the other side of the law, serving as a police officer. However, her hunger for power and dominance pushed her to choose an opposite career path that no one could have imagined. Veronica joined one of Mexico's most notorious drug cartels, Los Zetas, and despite being a woman in a man's world, her extraordinary wit and willingness to take risks made her rise quickly in the ranks within the cartel. When Los Zetas' Raul Garcia Rodriguez was captured, Veronica seemed like an excellent choice, and the criminal organization accepted her as their leader. Her appetite for cruelty and fierce loyalty to the cartel turned her into the first woman known to head a major cartel. She was responsible for organizing and carrying out executions, torture, extortion, kidnapping, and drug transfers. But being on top comes with an unavoidable set of challenges and risks, and while Veronica pushed through all the roadblocks aggressively, her reign was short-lived. Veronica was arrested in 2011 and charged with murder and drug deals, marking the end of her career as a deadly female narco. The chilling revelations of the next female narco will blow your mind. Number 5. Sandra Avila Beltran. Sandra was born into a family surrounded by drug money and the risks of a dangerous life. As her father had close ties with the Guadalajara cartel, Sandra was used to unimaginable wealth from her early life. Always surrounded by piles of cash, she could instantly determine the value of a stack of money just by holding it. Although Sandra understood that her wealth was amassed from illegal activities, she never wanted to be a part of it. Instead, she pursued a career in communications, but that didn't last long as fate dragged her back into the hole she had tried hard to crawl out of. At age 21, Sandra was abducted by a rival cartel, and she was tossed into a never-ending nightmare. What do you think happened next? When Sandra finally came home, she was a changed woman. Sandra had experienced the power of drug cartels and their brutality firsthand, and was done taking the back seat. Sandra stepped into the Mexican underworld using her family ties, but her wits and cunning made her a force to reckon with. She quickly ascended the ranks within the cartel to become one of the most influential and feared female narcos in history. Sandra knew that her rivals were always looking for a sign of weakness. Therefore, she never touched the drugs she peddled to ensure she was always alert and ready to take on any challenges. Her efforts paid off, and she became a legend in the Mexican drug world, earning her the nickname La Reina del Pacifico, the Queen of the Pacific. However, life-threatening risks and violence closely follow success in the underworld. Sandra saw her husband's brother and son fall victim to the brutality of rival gangs. She herself narrowly missed an attempt on her life, but when her son was abducted, she knew it was time to lay low and keep her family safe. After paying ransom for her son, Sandra disappeared for half a decade before being caught and charged with money laundering. That's all for today, folks. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell for more shocking videos. Until next time, next.